Hello YouTube, and today I'm looking at three model cars. These are as you can see, all Shelby cars, and they're made directly by Shelby Collectibles, and you can find them pretty much the cheapest way I found is still like directly online from Shelby's own website, Shelby American, and yeah, all of them are interestingly enough 1965 models, and I have all three in front of me, and I will have comparisons from other brands to see what they're like. I didn't do any numbers with them, but just by looking at them and comparing with some of the stuff I already have, like stuff I know to be true in 64, I'm pretty sure these are true in 64. And you can probably notice already, all of them have opening doors, opening hoods, which is pretty cool. If I have to like compare them with other brands, maybe like M2 machines would be the closest one, because you really don't get a lot of moving opening doors from these kind of ones, true 164 models. But for the most part, I want to say their quality are much nicer than M2 machines. And which one should I start with? I guess I'll start with the one I have most to talk about, and that'll be the one that's closest to us. Just honestly, happy little accident. And this is the Shelby Cobra, or AC Cobra. Bodies made by AC, was Ford's own engine. This is a pretty gorgeous little car in my opinion. It's just really cool roadster. And you can see this has got like a lot of details. You can see the headlights are lensed. There's a lot of like plastic inserts pieces. On the side you can see the pipes are their own pieces, chrome plastic. And this part, whatever this is, I'm not really sure. I'm not a part person, I apologize. You can see Cobra California, more chrome plastic pieces. The backlights are lensed, and here comes our first problem. By the way, this Cobra is the one with like the most unfortunate quality control, but overall it's still really good. I do have complaints, and I'll get to them in a little bit. But first of all, the backlight, this one is pretty much free floating, and it rotates. You can just this is as far as it goes. It doesn't just fall apart. But after I'm done with this video, I'm gonna try to like apply a little bit of glue to the back side of this light, and hopefully I'll glue it together without making it look too bad. But yeah, this is unfortunate. But you can see here's the steering wheel. I would assume it's made from a completely different color of plastic, and it looks really nice. It got one mirror at the side, chrome plastic insert, I would assume. Here the window, you can see a tiny white speck right here, which is unfortunate, but not a real big deal. It says 98 all over with the racing stripes, which is pretty cool. The hood opens up, but you can see it doesn't really close that well, which is a bummer. If you press on it, it gets a little better, but not, it doesn't close flush. Like, this is a problem like I have with companies like Greenlight, Shelby Collectibles, even sometimes Auto World, and of course M2 machines. Like, opening parts are nice, they're fun, but it depends on the kind of collector you are. If you're someone who wants to keep stuff in a display cabinet, you will probably prefer stuff without opening doors or any moving parts. But if you're someone who wants to make dioramas with like that looks a bit lively, like it's a lived-in universe, you probably want these moving parts, and especially moving doors, which is rarity. But let me show you what's under the hood. Yeah, some nice engine details, really sharply made. Oh, by the way, these things, all of them are $650 each, and with shipping and taxes included, I think they come up to just a little bit over $10 per piece, which I still think is a pretty good price. Yeah, like the hood in the open position looks pretty nice. It just doesn't close right, which is a bummer. Like, yeah, it's a bummer. I don't know what I was about to say. So like if I'm putting it in a display cabinet, like this doesn't look, well, this doesn't look good, honestly. You can still notice this. But like this is similar to my experience with the Greenlight Hakuska Skyline. Like, it doesn't really close flush either, but like the rest of the car is so cool, I can't really complain too much about it. The wheels are nice, rubber tires, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously, but they are rubber tires, and roll really well, I would say. Auto World level, if not better. And the doors, every single moving part on these cars are metal, so I'll stop pointing them out. But the moving doors on all three models are really nice. I don't have a lot of experience was M2 machines opening doors, but this one feels better. Like on all three feels better quality than the one Barracuda I have from M2 machines. And again, I would assume because this is by Shelby themselves, they want to like promote. This is used like promotions and stuff. So I would assume they're probably not going to be making a lot of money from these. So I guess like high quality control is not too surprising, but this one unfortunately is not that great. Hey, the lights are still roughly where they're supposed to be. That's pretty good. And just a comparison, we'll see. I don't have like I know like in 2020, Hot Wheels has their own new classic Cobra casting, but this is the old one. Has a fighter jet on there. Looks like a F-16. Don't know why that's the case, but this one actually, because it's one of the older ones, it still has a metal body and a metal base. It also actually has an opening hood, in which case, yeah, Hot Wheels does it a little bit better because it's got a bit more of a give, bit more of a, yeah, like you can rearrange it a little bit better. I mean, it's just not locked up as is, and as a result, like it's pretty easy to make sure it doesn't have a crease like this, which I guess would have been better probably. Yeah, so this is like, and you can see the Hot Wheels ones being closer to 3-inch, and True 164 is a lot bigger than the one from Shelby Collectibles. Second one is the Shelby Daytona, or Shelby Cobra Daytona, whatever you want to call it, also 1965. And this one, pretty much the same. You can see, because it's not a convertible, you really can't see much inside, so you can see the steering wheel is still the same color as the rest of the interior, but that's not even an issue. And you can see the spare tire at the back. Yeah, I think it's a spare tire, right? Again, racing stripes, blue body, number 26. Don't know what that signifies. I don't know why, but the way the 26 is written kind of irks me, but I don't think that's a problem. That's just something weird with me. Lens headlights, two-tone backside, which is pretty cool, blue and white, and my light is going haywire again. By the way, these have like metal bases, but they don't feel very heavy. I feel like they're probably just like a lighter type of alloy would be my guess, but I'm not perfectly sure about that. And like the others, it also has nice rims. By the way, you can see the wheels, the tires are not perfect, they're not bad, but like you can see it's missing a notch right here, and the other one is also missing a notch. So I think probably just gonna switch these two, so like the damage bit is pointing, it's on the inside of the wheels and not on the outside. And you can see this close is pretty good. Like the lines don't line up 100% perfectly, but pretty good nevertheless. And yeah, this because this opens up a lot more than the Cobra, you can see how crisp the engine details are, which are really nice. And you can see these are the screws holding the doors together, which is pretty cool. And speaking of doors, the doors do open up like so. And you can see this moving, and you can see this screw moving as well as I open up the other one. Yeah, really smooth. The lines close up really nicely. You can see the interior a bit better like so. Yeah, really cool race car, Shelby Daytona Coupe. And I actually had to dig for the Hot Wheels one from my box. I didn't realize why. I was like, it doesn't look bad, right? It's in pretty much, I mean, it's a race car to begin with, so I can't expect it to be too stock, right? But then I remember why I put it in. It's just like these ridiculous huge back wheels are just like, in my opinion, like there's some cars look a lot cooler with larger back wheels, and in those cases I don't mind it as much when Hot Wheels does that. So would I prefer like a more stock look, but for like muscle cars and anything that's designed to be drag racing, that's fine by me. Like it can have whatever kind of rake it wants. It's gonna look cool, but these kind of like circuit racers or just sports cars, supercars in general, I don't think that's a good look. So yeah, this will go back to like storage pretty much. And last but definitely not least is the 1965 Shelby Mustang 350 something. Give me 1 second, I forgot the number. Shelby. Shelby GT350R, yeah, 350. And obviously this is the Shelby modification of the 1965 Ford Mustang. And oh, by the way, I just finished reading let's see, Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, as well as Hannibal, and it's really interesting, like, because throughout Silence of the Lambs, Agent Clarice Starling was driving her Ford Pinto, and in one of the first things you read about in Hannibal is her driving her new Cobra, her new Mustang. It's a '87 model. It's a Fox body. I did find a Fox body Mustang, the orange art car one, in my storage. I've been thinking like just getting rid of the graphics and maybe doing like a dark blue version of it to assimilate her car, which would be pretty cool. After reading Hannibal, I read on the news that CBS is doing a Clarice show headed by Alex fucking Kurtzman, and I just immediately got angry about it. But enough about that. This one is probably the best out of all three. You can see the rims are actually a little different. From the back, one actually has red paint in the center. You can see the GT350, which I guess I didn't really need to look up. Didn't realize was there. Racing stripes. Backlights are tempo, they're not lens. Front lights are. You can see the opening hood. Engine details. One thing that's interesting is that I don't know how, but like the axles are kind of connected to it. So if you move the wheels, you can actually yeah, you can see you can push the engine up and down. I don't know what that's about. Like the AC or Shelby Cobra, it only has one rear view mirror on the left. As you can see, opening doors are also very, very nice. Bit of a look at the interior, not much. It's also got a roll cage. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously the other door also opens up, so yeah, really cool model. And the comparison I actually have is not Hot Wheels, but another I only did a Hot Wheels comparison for the other two because I don't have any like true 164 ones I can find. Now I'm really interested in like getting like something from Greenlight. I don't know, I feel like a model this small might not have opening parts on a Greenlight, which, like I said, for my purposes, for my collector habits, I probably would prefer, because don't have to worry about like the lines and all that kind of stuff. But in comparison, I have something from Auto World. This is the 67 Ford Mustang GT, so not the same generation. In the 1967, they had like a significant redesign, but pretty much the same size. The 67 version is ever so slightly larger than the Shelby Collectible 1965, but that is pretty much true to real life as well. Just not too much to say about, because they're both of them are really nice models. The Auto World version feels a lot heavier. I just feel like whatever alloy they use are probably maybe more ferrous, maybe more iron in it or something. I don't really know how these things are constructed. Oh right, because it's Auto World, it's round 2. None of them have lens details, so like even the front lights are printed, but because the lights are so small, I don't think it really matters. But obviously you can see, especially with the light hitting at the right angle, the lens headlights are going to look a lot more realistic. As for the engine hoods, by the way, with the one specifically the Mustang, if you open it up, you can actually feel it just click and lock into place. With the Auto World, it doesn't open up a ton, so which is really much a shame, because I feel like the engine detail is really, really nice, but you don't get to see a lot of it, which is a shame. Like, again, for someone who like collects them to display and not necessarily in a any kind of diorama, I would personally prefer that everything just closed. But obviously for people that want to have dioramas, especially want to put cars in like mechanics shops, having moving parts and especially moving engine hoods will be a lot better for that purpose, and if you want to have like street dioramas, street scenes, opening doors will be a lot more useful as well. So that's it for the 3 Shelby collectible models. I think again really cool. This one is a bit of a shame that it's not perfect, because like I said, overall, like this is, in my opinion, like the most brilliantly designed one. Just a shame that execution isn't perfect. The other 2 are really cool nevertheless, and those are much better executed. So I think it's definitely worth it. Again, because I would assume Shelby is using this as promotional. You can probably expect they're not really making much of money from this. But for like the price you're getting them, I say it's pretty much a steal. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.